Happy Sunday, everyone that is rewatching later. Usually takes a few minutes until people show up here, so the first minutes I usually talk to myself. Chat translation off. Okay, Schatz, do you want the coffee? Hey, BT. Wow, that's how I like to get greeted. Was it just coincidence? Did you just turn on the YouTube's app and here was I? Yes, a Sunday stream. Ain't that a nice surprise? Oh no, thank you for the happy poop. Happy Sunday to you. Sorry I can't read your name. Hello, Locke, how are you doing? I just got off work. So, yes, I have been told that I have nice nostrils. I don't know why, but I have been told that. And some of those things, one of those compliments in life that I never needed to hear. But there we go. Hey, Sam. Hello, hello. Young. Yeah, well, hey, that's better than no compliment. Getting a compliment for your nostrils, right? Why not? At least it's creative. Hey, my Bowie. I remember you. I'm getting myself a glass of water. Stay hydrated, everyone. It's gonna be frigging hot in Tennessee the next, or in the whole South in the next week or 2 weeks. It's gonna be close to 100 degrees Celsius. So I didn't even hear what we were talking. He just wrote yes. When in doubt, just say yes, right? Yes, it's gonna be 95 degrees every single day and closer to 100 on some days. So it's gonna be a treat. Tennessee is always up for a surprise because I was kind of getting Tennessee is good in tricking you with the weather. You think the heat is over and you're like, it almost feels like late summer now. It's like 1 or 2 days. It's just gonna try to fool you, and then we'll just go right back to the 100 degrees a few days later. So there we go again. Hi, Muhammad. Hi, the great cheese. I just had cheese yesterday for dinner. Hi, Daniel Sibyl. Thank you, Muhammad. I just completed my last bottle of water at 1:44 a.m. 5 liters already. Whoa, 5 liters? Be careful. I know hydration or staying hydrated is important, but don't forget that you can also overhydrate, that you can basically, or dehydrate yourself by drinking too much. You can drown yourself internally, because it will, especially if you're drinking a lot of mineral depleted water, like tap water, if you drink an exuberant amount of that, that can be very dangerous too. So be careful with too little and too much water. Yeah, no? Hi, Oma. How are you doing? Some Alpine? Why not? I am from an area in Germany where we eat a lot of cheese because it's right next to Switzerland and France, and those countries are very famous for cheese, so cheese is on our menu quite often. I'm a cheesy gal. Hi, Liv and Let Liv. How are you doing? Filter tap water. Yeah, just be careful with it. Of course, drinking water is important, but like I said, make sure you're not over drinking, because yeah, it will, if the water that you're drinking doesn't have a lot of minerals in it, it will, the good old osmosis will happen, and it will try to balance out, like if the water that you're putting into your body has less minerals in your body, the water will draw out minerals from your cells, and that way you can deplete yourself of minerals. And the same thing happens if you eat too much salt or drink too much stuff with salt in it, or eat too much with salt in it and you don't sweat it out. You can accumulate too much of it too. So yes, it's the universal t-shirt all over the world. I just wore it for work. I apologize for wearing universal t-shirts. And I guess I'm in the United States, so kind of have to wear stuff like that, right? To not stand out too much. 500 milliliters water at once. I wouldn't say that's dangerous. I heard, I'm not an expert at all, so don't take my advice. Do your own research, don't trust random people on the internet. Especially not me, but a girl. What would I know anyways? But yeah, I heard that the body can only absorb 300 milliliters of water at the same time, but that might be wrong. That might be like an old statistic, or I don't know, there's like multiple opinions about that, but I don't know. I think anything that's like much more than this whole glass full of water at once cannot really be absorbed, but will just like go right through you. But hey Patrick, Michaud, I like all stuff that you cook. Thank you, Liv. Gold's Gym? No. I mean, I like the gym, but I don't like Gold's Gym because they make you pay money for quitting. So, thank you, Niberos. Thank you for the hearts, by the way, everyone. I see it. I appreciate that. Sometimes I forget to mention it, but I see everything you do. It's good because if you drink some water and hydrate your body in the morning, to prepare from bell, right? I mean, for sure, you need to stay hydrated, especially in the morning after sleeping, and people usually sweat a lot and sleep and lose a lot of water, so make sure you drink your water in the morning. And hi Leica, sorry, I just saw that you're here. It's so many comments right now. Hey Josh, thank you. Yay, the party hat. Thanks. I wish I had a real party hat here that I could wear right now. I wish YouTube would just add that to my head. I know there's like a sticker that puts sunglasses on your face. I wonder why they couldn't do that with the hat. How are you doing, Josh? Wie ist dein Sonntag gewesen? I do not understand. Thank you, Lakish, for sticking around. But yeah, I wish you all a happy Sunday so far. Thank you all for 33 likes already at like 20 minutes or what? I don't know. I appreciate that. Drink your water. Not too much, not too little. Just the right amount. Find your right amount. If you sweat a lot, of course, you need to replenish with more water. If you are inside all day and if you don't sweat a lot and you don't have a huge water loss on a daily basis, of course, you will need a little bit less water than someone that works construction, if you're like an office worker, for example. Or if you're like, thank you for the gold coin, Samal. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need to read more into that and look more into that, but yeah, I see people here in America a lot with those cups, those like obnoxiously expensive plastic cups with a plastic straw, which is of course much better than buying plastic bottles for like a one single use. So I'm glad people have those to-go things. So I'm not criticizing that, but I just see people with those water cups everywhere. And for me as a European, it's very unusual to see because it might be our different culture and our different layout of the city planning, or like the whole, like Europe is very different from the United States. So in Europe, there's little stores and cafes and places you can sit down and drink water everywhere. Whereas here in the United States, it's a lot of like suburbs and everything is in the car, and you don't have those moments where you can just like grab water anywhere you go, pretty much. So I understand that it's makes more sense here to carry around your own water because you can't just replenish it everywhere. Ronaldo or Messi, Ronaldinho. This is why Europe sucks. That's a bold claim, but because we're walkable and we have more places where you can get water easily, or what makes Europe bad? Don't you use air conditioning? In Europe we don't use air conditioning, no, but here in America we do. Bread tomato stuff was great. Thank you, Live and Let Live, and the peach dish too. It was really good. Yeah, we like to eat bread in the evening as Germans. It's called evening bread for us. Das gute Abendbrot. Josh, du weißt, wovon ich spreche. I'm not criticizing, but those obnoxious plastic cups. Obnoxiously expensive plastic cups. Stanley cups, I think that's what they're called, right? They're just very expensive, and I don't really understand why, but it's just like a trend, I guess, and it has to be from Stanley, otherwise your water is not gonna be as hydrating, I guess. But hi to Britain. Today's topic is drinking water. Not really. I mean, we have all kinds of topics here. No, the worst. I just wanted to boil my Spätzle. So today we're cooking German food. We're making Spätzle with mushroom sauce. And no, today I'm too lazy to make Spätzle from scratch. Usually Spätzle from scratch are way more delicious, but if you're in a hurry or you're having a lazy day like I do, I like to use those pre-made Spätzle, imported from Germany, as you can see. And I make those with mushroom sauce. Are y'all fighting here? I was thinking. Anyone in India is awake for a live stream at this hour? I'm staying up just for you. Well, thanks, Laikash. I think we have quite a few Indian friends here around this time usually. So, hello, Prime Reaper. I think I remember seeing you here, don't I? Do you believe in love at first sight, or shall I come again later? Man. Hi, Miguel. All right, let's get started. Okay. I'm from Germany. We need to boil our Spätzle, but my pot is in the sink and I need to wash it, but I'm going to use my pan instead. It should be big enough. Good thing I have more than one pot, right? So I don't need to wash it. So I'm gonna boil my Spätzle in here. Use stainless steel, y'all, for cooking. Don't use those coated pans. They're just releasing toxins into your food. Alright, let's get this boiling and then we'll add our pasta or Spätzle. So Spätzle is kind of like a pasta. It's a German pasta. It comes from the multiple regions have different Spätzle recipes or ways to make Spätzle or use Spätzle. I'm close to Switzerland where I'm from. So we use more like the Alpine restaurant recipes, like more like cheesy recipes with Spätzle. It even tells you here Swabian egg noodles, schwäbische Eiernudeln. So it is technically Swabian, so it is from Germany, but in the Alps they use a lot of Spätzle too, but they would bake them with more cheese and onions and stuff, so they would make like some sort of a casserole with it. You will see your previous 5 comments. I guess so. How do you spell this German pasta? Like this. Spätzle. But it is the A or A with the dot on top, umlaut. So we have a special umlaut in Germany, which is different from like the English alphabet, for example. So we add a few more letters to our alphabets. So we have the A with the dots, the U with the dots, and the O with the dots. Spätzle umlaut. Yes, I'm German. You plan to start Italian, I know. Das ist ein deutsches Gericht. Ja, weiß ich. Weiß ich doch, Spätzle mit Soße. Aber es gibt es natürlich auch in der Schweiz und in den Alpen isst man ja auch viel Käsespätzle. Das meinte ich damit. Grasspätzle. Weich. Thank you, Khan. Welcome. Yes, Tommy, thank you for stepping in. We do not need that kind of talk here. Just because I'm German doesn't mean that we have to have a history talk every single time we're doing the stream, right? Let's move on from history. I could bring up some very interesting history too here in America, but I'm not gonna, because what's that gonna serve, or who's that gonna serve to, or what's that gonna do for anyone? We cannot change history. We can only do better in the future and in the present, right? I guess we can only do better in the present, because the present moment is all there ever is and all there ever will be. But I hope you know what I'm saying. Scott, this is your warning, my friend. And I get it. A lot of people's history or knowledge about Germany is very limited. So if they come across a German, all they can bring up is that one specific thing to have a conversation about it. But I promise you there's more to it than just that. Ja, Radio. Ich bin aus Deutschland. Radio Juve. You Stang lived in Germany for 7 years. So where did you live in Germany? I come from the Black Forest in Germany. It's very beautiful. I have some videos about that. Sometimes when I travel back home, visit family, I'll do some vlogs from Germany, like hiking or going up to medieval castles or like castle ruins and stuff. Because you know, like I'm very interested in that kind of stuff. So, and I know in America you don't have like ruins or castle ruins from medieval times. So I thought it would be interesting for the more international audience to see that. So yeah. Check out the videos, you'll find some, if you like that kind of stuff. Spätzle go in. Schweinfurt, I know Schweinfurt. That's cool. The world is small after all, huh? Hi to Indonesia, Eika. Pommesfelden. Is nice. I've never been to Pommesfelden. Pommesfelden? Wie Pommes frites? Stang. That's let's not make this political here, okay? The world is already a messed up place anyway, so let's keep politics out of here for a little bit. Aren't humans and the world and society so much more than just politics, politicians, and all that? You know, let's find common ground on a different level here, and let's leave those crazy people out of the equation. Let them do all their crazy stuff. As if we had anything to say in that anyways, right? We just suffer the consequences or the bad choices or good choices they're making once in a while. That's all we can do. Just try to be good people and help the ones around us, and you know, be friendly and kind to one another, love our neighbors and ourselves and our family, and everyone here. Even on the internet, it can be really hard to love people on the internet, I know that. But that's a challenge. Aren't we all up for a challenge? I hope. Hi, Special Operations. Trying to learn German language. Nice. That's a good idea. I learn, or I keep up my languages I speak on YouTube too by watching YouTube videos or podcasts or just live streams. So definitely helps to expose yourself to a language if you want to learn it. Honestly, it can be so much more helpful than just reading language books or grammar books or all that, because listening really makes a huge part of learning a language. Watching people speak it too, like watching their mouths as they speak. My Chinese professors always told me that in China they say don't just listen all the time, but also watch people speak, because you need to learn how their mouths look like to pronounce something properly and the way they speak. It sounds silly, but that's how kids learn it too. They also watch people speak, so that's a big aspect about learning a language, like also by visual learning. I get that's weird. Well, I wish I could let you all try the Spätzle, the cheese Spätzle. Or mushroom Spätzle. Today is mushroom Spätzle, sorry, not cheese. We can make cheese Spätzle one day, but I make those from scratch. It's much better that way. Yeah, he does have a tattoo on his left calf, that's true. Hi, welcome back, Daniel. You forgot the German you learned? I mean, it is really easy to forget a language. I know that myself. Hi, Wahid, welcome back. Please let us know how to pronounce Volkswagen. So the V is pronounced like an F. Volkswagen. Ow. Manchester accent? No. It is a German accent. Excuse me. Gütersloh, yeah, I know Gütersloh. Is there any truth? The media is covering up about the history in Germany? Oh no. They're not covering anything up. In Germany, you get exposed to our our very evil history very early. So I think I had to watch the movie Schindler's List at like 12 years old or so. So don't worry, you get exposed to all of it. I mean, maybe not the most disturbing pictures, but very close. It can be very, yeah, I think disturbing is a good way to put it, but of course it's important to learn it. I feel like in Germany we just start very, very early with that. Volkswagen it is, yes. It's really, really easy to pronounce, I think. Just know that V is like an F for us. Hi, Lucifer, welcome back. Would you advise people to learn Chinese to get more chances in the job market? Yes. I think it's definitely a good skill to have, but also remember that there's a lot of Chinese people in Europe or America that also have very good education, that are also already fluent in Chinese, that could work in the jobs that require Chinese. So it can be an advantage if you are, especially if you're working with a company that has Chinese relations and they don't